What is goody good, you guys? It has been a while. It's been a while, man. Look, I just want to say thank you for everybody who is subscribed, liked, watched all my videos. And I wanted to just say, like, if you're here, do me a huge favor and click that subscribe button right now. You know what I'm saying? So, but what we're here for today is because I've had this blow off valve here. And I've been told you cannot run it on your car because Subarus have a bypass valve. So, just for the sake of science today, I'm gonna take this bypass valve. I'm gonna try to take this off, swap it over with my blow-off valve. Now what should happen is the car should run a little iffy. This is a recirculating valve. So all the air that goes through this gets counted for and taken back into the system. The problem with running a blow-off valve on a car that has a recirculating valve is the car doesn't know where this extra air goes out into the atmosphere, so it can't account for it. So it kind of just makes the car run extremely rich, and it could possibly like foul out your plugs, destroy your cats. But if you don't have cats, you don't really have to worry about that, I guess. And I just put new plugs on this. Now we have the Clean Culture show coming up here soon, so I'm not too like worried about it right now. I kind of just want to put it on for the show, like I said, for the sake of science, drive it around today, see how it is. If I don't like it, I'll switch it back. But it's nice now. It was raining earlier, and I want to try to just, like I said, for the sake of science. Everybody asks all the time, or says, hey, I'm gonna put a blow-off valve on my car, and it's like, Subies, you can't. You have to be tuned for them. The off-the-shelf tunes is what I've heard. Off-the-shelf in stock is what these don't like. Now mine's tuned, but not tuned for a blow-off valve. Technically, what you usually have to do is be on speed density for a blow-off valve, and I'm not that. So we're just gonna see what happens. So yeah, let's get it. So first thing first, I need to take, I think there's 10mm bolts, I believe. Take these off and probably cut this off, pull that off, and then take this right out. So what I'll replace that with is this here. We'll go ahead and plug that in, and there's a gasket here, so won't need to get a new gasket. And then also for the piece that is right here, there's a plug that I have, and I'll plug that up, and everything should be good to go. And then we'll check all of our readings and stuff. Actually, we'll check them now just so I can show you before and after. So we're in the car. Gonna go ahead and start the car, show you guys the readings, how everything looks for this access port. There we go. Yep, I got my car loaded up on my screen. Anybody tries to steal my access port, at least I know it's mine. So here we are. Car's a little cold right now, and we'll just give it a couple revs. We've got no knock, anything like that. All right, and I'll do one rev here of launch control, and we've got nothing. So this is the before, and yeah, we'll see how everything goes after. All right, so step one was two 12mm bolts, two 12mm bolts, and then you pull that off, and underneath that will be a gasket there. Yep, like I said, the blow-off valve will have a gasket that will be right around it. So if the car does not want to run correctly, I will slap this bad boy back on, and or you can obviously get a new one in replace of it, but in the time being, we'll just do that. Update, I went ahead and took off the top mount intercooler piece that was here, right here, the scrim speed piece, because having the aftermarket hood, this helps direct it directly right there. So took that off because I was having a hard time getting this clamp off. So now that I have the room, now we can get down to business. To get a long little screwdriver, flathead, and pry that right out. Got the channel locks on it, and then I'm going to actually put in the block off piece right now. So this is the adapter. As you can see, it is in the same design. This is from Torque Solutions. Like I said, it has its own seal there, so I don't have to add that gasket back. So I'm going to add this first, bolt that down, and then has the adapter basically to bolt on to the intercooler, and then put this tile blow-off valve and sit very flush. It has its own little seal right there as well. Boom, like that, and then we'll get everything good to go. But first, we're gonna get this block off plug in there now. Doesn't take much. Look at that one hand right there, and then I will pull this back up, and that will be nice and sealed. So but basically the air is not going to be recirculating back into the system. It will be just be going out to the atmosphere. This is where the problems are created, because that air that's going out in the atmosphere is not counted for. It's supposed to be going back through here. You can, if you want, you can get a recirculating tile blow-off valve, but it's not going to be as loud. That air is not going to go out in the atmosphere, and you don't get that cool whoosh sound. It's going to go whoosh right back into here. So what you will hear will go into here. What you will hear will go in through here, and so you don't hear it as loud. So, but can we take a second to shout out to the sponsor on the Vic top mount intercooler, Grimsby? Okay, yeah. And obviously y'all know I didn't get the intercooler. You know, it came the way that I got the car. If you don't know how I got the car, then sounds like you should go check a couple of my videos and see how it all began. The adapter is on, it's nice and tight. So now it's time to get the tile valve nice and seated and get the C-clamp around it and go from there. Shout out to my kids. They've been quiet through this whole video. If you have kids, then you know that it's tough to make videos with these guys. So thank you guys very much. They got the little biker boys. So like they got the little knee pad.
X Games mode.
Their grandma bought it for him, y'all. But all right, go out there. Be careful, all right? Yo, back to it. Cue the angelic music. To get the clamp around it, and the harder part is this one just pops in there, but getting it to thread was a challenge, but definitely got it. Tightening it up now, basically already done. Everything's buttoned up nice and tight, clamps tight, bolts tight. This is on there nice and tight, and this is blocked off. Now this might be a little problem here. Let's see. I figured get these buttoned down, but basically this little piece here, I mean, it's kind of going underneath. There's a little hole there, so maybe some hot air might get in there. Honestly, if this works out, maybe I can just kind of cut this out maybe, but honestly I'm not really too worried about it. Just push that down. But yeah, let's see, get this button back in, and then we'll hop in and see what we can come up with. Back in the car, giving it a start. Let's see where we stand. Ooh. It does not like it, guys. Sounds like a Honda right now. Oh, definitely not liking it. Absolutely not liking it. Oh, wow. This is gonna be a no-go. Oh yeah, it does not like it. All right, let's try and give it a rev. It sounds so good though. Oh my goodness, that sounded amazing. But we can't drive it like that. Sounds cam though. I can smell the fuel running really rich. Go ahead. One more. Look how much it's shaking. Okay, another one. Bigger. What did we learn today, boys and girls? Do not put a blow-off valve on something that requires a bypass valve. You need to be tuned for a blow-off valve on a Subaru speed density tune. Yeah, that was crazy. It sounded great, The pops, the bangs, not good for the engine though. The whoosh sounded amazing, but it's not good for the engine. So in the name of science, there you are. I'm not even gonna drive the car like that. Not at all. I mean, that launch control puts about anywhere between 5 to 10 pounds of boost. I couldn't even imagine putting 20 on that and it running like that. That's hail to the no. So, all right though, hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, check out Smedia's page for a more in-depth view. He did it in, he's a little more technical on the Subaru stuff than I am, but like I said, in the name of science, and I want to try it on my old car. There you are. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check out all my other videos on the channel. And I want to say I appreciate all of y'all. And yeah, I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.